database management system, of course, we need a operating system, right? So always we need a operating system to run any kind of software. Otherwise, we cannot run the software without any kind of operating system. So operating system is the needed. And again, now in my desktop, I'm using Windows 11, right? So you have some other version of the Windows, right? When we talk about the databases, right? Normally, we are not installing these database softwares, operating system like Windows 11, Windows 10, uh, normal operating systems. For a database, right? So there are some special operating system, right? Uh, Networking operating system support for the networking. Like earlier, there was Windows NT, Windows 2000. Those are not for the general users of the computers. It has very specific features. Normally, those things for the networking and database management. Special softwares for installing the databases. Right? On the other hand, Linux, because they, for a database, for a operating system or computer which is having a database, should have much security. Much security other than the very general computer. Those special type of operating system provide the special security. And also, if the database, if this particular computer is having a database, so many people uh, will be joining to the database at once. Maybe sometimes at once 1,000 people, 10,000 people. Like example, very recently, now the A-level results was released, right? So when the message is declared, when the A-level results is released, how many people will join to the examination department server, right? How many people will join? So that server should support to these logins. At once, maybe 100,000, 200,000. There's a moment that it cannot be logged in because of heavy traffic. Then those particular operating system will have some mechanism to tolerate this kind of traffic. Otherwise, no one can be, no one will be able to log into the system. So therefore, you need some special software, special operating system, then the networking softwares, and some applications. Hardware, again, you need some special hardwares to run these things, especially like server. We are not installing databases in a very general desktop or some other computers, right? Hardware. So normally we install these databases in a separate computer called server. So server has special features. It has high capacity, high speed, the backup options, option for to log many people at once. So those special features are available in the server computers, right? So you need some special uh, storage devices sometimes in a server. So you may have two hard disk, right? Mirror hard disk like this, special devices, storage devices, input and output devices, not backup system. Data. Data stored in a database includes numerical data, including whole numbers and non-numerical characters. Then we talk about the relational database. So our main aim is to discuss about the relational database. So earlier we talked about the DBMS, database management system. So here, relational database management system. And relational database management system is a program that allows to create, update, and administer a relational database. So you know what is a relational database. This particular RDBMS, relational database management system, allow to create us a relational database, right? Most relational database management systems use the SQL language to access the database. So SQL is structured query language. It's a programming language to access the databases, right? So it's a special kind of programming language which uses to access the database. SQL, uh, structured query language. There are some popular RDBMS around the world, right? So people are using these databases, RDBMS, for their various considering their various aspects, right? So MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, MS Access, Postgres SQL. So those are some of them. MySQL, right? MySQL is most popular open source SQL database. It is commonly used for the web application development and is often accessed using PHP. Right, so this was a free software, open source. Anybody could download and use MySQL database. But at the moment, it has been taken by some other parties. Therefore, now it is not for free. Right, so advantage, easy to use, very low price. It was trusted since 1995, so it has a very long history. There are huge user forum using this one. Therefore, if you have any problem or any doubt about this MySQL database system, you can put your questions to that huge user forum. So anybody in the user forum will help you to solve the problem, right? Some of the downsides are that open source development has lagged behind since Oracle is a very famous, very large organization in this database business. Right, so now Oracle has take the control of MySQL. Now it is not for free. Earlier it was free, open source one. Now it is not. All things are not. Some parts are free, but some special parts, options, you need to pay. Some advanced features, so you need to pay. That is MySQL. Second one is PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL is an open source. Again, this is an open source SQL database system that is not controlled by any organization. So it is for free. It is generally used for the web application development. Advantages: easy to use, right? Large community of developers are there. Again, it also provides additional features such as foreign key support without complex configuration. Right. So again, this has very large group of users. If you have any doubt, any problem, you can put your problem to that forum, and definitely one of the people in the forum will answer for your question. The main disadvantage of PostgreSQL is that it is slower in performance than other databases like MySQL. It is slightly less popular than MySQL, right? Oracle. This is one of the most popular database in the world, right? It is maintained by the Oracle organization, Oracle company. But remember, this is not for free. This is you need to pay, and this is not a small amount. It is huge amount. Oracle databases are very, very expensive. They are in the market for a long time now, right? For a long time, they are in the market. They have various products for various companies, right? Because these are very popular because they have huge focus on the security of the databases, right? Because some industries need high security, especially banking, suppose example, right? So many of the bankings in the world using Oracle database, considering the high security they are providing. Many of the world top banks use Oracle application because Oracle offers comprehensive pre-integrated business applications, including a comprehensive combination of technology and essential functionality built especially for banks, right? So this high security and other benefits provided by the Oracle, many top bankers in the world are using this Oracle database. They have different options for different companies, specialized. But you have to remember, this is not for free. This is not for free. This is huge, expensive. But still, the companies in the world using this Oracle database because of advantages it's providing rather than the high cost. Then Microsoft SQL Server. This is a database provided by the Microsoft company, right? In this Microsoft SQL Server, it has various versions catering different users. If you have a very small business, so if you are using this personal level, to suppose you need to test some, you are developing some programs and you need to test your programs with connecting a database, so you have a personal use SQL servers. You can install the SQL server in your computer, your desktop, your laptop. You have a small business, very few are accessing the database, so it has a small scale SQL server. You have a very large business. So many people are logging to the system at once. So you have a large scale SQL server. So different versions are there in the SQL server based on the requirements. And again, this is not for free. Right? This is not for free. You need to pay for the license and all. That is Microsoft SQL Server. Then Microsoft Access. And this is again database sometimes you might not know, right? This is automatically coming to your computer when you install your Microsoft Office package. With Microsoft Office package, you are getting this Microsoft Access database system. With Office, PowerPoint, Excel and all, you will get the access as well. This is a small kind of database system. Still, you can use to create some very small scale applications, right? Microsoft Access. So we are going to learn about bit more about this Microsoft Access today. Okay, Microsoft Access. And I should tell that before we start the Microsoft Access. So as I told you last time, right? So today I am going to give the first assignment in the class, right? First assignment in the class. So you have to submit it today itself. I will give you half an hour time. So within that time, I will give you an email. So you need to email your answers should be emailed to that email, right? Uh, you can use either computer Word or something to type your answers and then attach as an attachment to the email and send it. Or you can write on the paper, right? You can write the answer on the paper, then get a photo or a scanned copy and attach and send it to the email given. When you write your answer, even in the computer or when you are handwritten, first you need to write your name, your registration number, course, then the answer. If you are not provided those details in your answer scripts, I cannot find who is the person. Sometimes you are sending emails from others' emails, so maybe you are not having email, so your son's, daughter's, or husband's email. So by looking at the email, I cannot recognize the person. Okay. Therefore, please first start with your name, your registration number, and the course. And again, I'm very strict on the time, right? So suppose I was given the time to before or no before 12 today, right? 12 noon. I'm not going to consider the email sent after that because I'm giving very small question, right? So 30 minutes is more than enough to answer the question. If you have sent the answers after 12, definitely I'm not going to consider whether it is correct or not. And again, when you are taking photograph, make sure that your answers can be read to other person. So I have to read. If it is very blurred, I cannot read. If it is very dark, black or something, I cannot read. So I'm not asking you to resend the answer. Whatever you have sent, that is the considered document. Therefore, before you send it, please make sure that the answer is readable for other parties. Right? Hope it is clear to you. I will give you in a particular time and I will let you know what is the time you need to upload. Definitely you need to upload within that given time. So this is the first assignment. So I will give you marks out of 10. So the next 4 days you have another 4 questions. Totally you will get total marks out of 50. That is your assignment marks. I am not going to give any assignment after that, right? And there are people, I will check who are the people when I'm going to give the assignment at that time. Sometimes people who are not participating in the class providing the assignments. Again, I am not going to accept that. So I have so many rules, right? Right. Let's talk about this Microsoft Access. Before talk about,
A doubt.
sorry.
Sir, I have a doubt. Not today, but coming Sunday, I have an open competitive exam, so I can't participate the lectures, so I can't able to participate to the assignment as well. Is there any possible way that I can do?
So within the class, you have to provide.
Then that 10 marks I'm going to lose, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, sir. Because the government exam, no, sir, I can't skip. That's why.
Right. Let's talk. I will think about that. So, because I can't give a separate option for you as well, since others also coming with different problems. Let's see. Okay. So, need to identify some data types. Right. So, before we going to talk about this Microsoft Access system, so we need to identify some data types. First one is the numbers, numeric, right? So numbers used for calculation, available in several forms, right? Integer, full numbers, right? So integer can be positive or negative, plus or negative, right? Like this. Then real numbers, numbers with the decimals, real numbers, numbers with the decimals. But again, those numbers can be positive or negative. Why we are entering some data types as numbers? Because sometimes we need to have we need to do the some calculation, average, total, maximum number. If you need to do some calculations, those numbers should be entered as the numbers. Then the text consists of letters, numbers, or special symbols, right? Although numbers are used, they are not useful. Now here, example. Now, suppose you need to create a uh, place where you need to enter the identity card numbers. Identity card numbers. In all identity card numbers, there are some numbers and a letter, right? Suppose if you have created this cage, this place where you need to enter identity card numbers, right? As only for the numbers, you won't able to enter this V later. Therefore, in those cases, we need to uh, allow to enter number as text. When you enter number as text, you cannot do any calculation. So we don't need to do any calculation with the identity card number, right? So therefore, it is okay to have the this identity card number as a text. Then the telephone numbers. Again, you are not going to do any calculation. So you can enter them as a text. Remember the difference between the numbers and the text, right? Then currency. If you need to enter some amount as a currency, maybe dollars, maybe euro, you maybe rupees. So there is an option for that, right? The currency part. Then the date and time. Again, you have separate option. Boolean. Sometimes you may need to provide answers with yes or no. Yes or no type answers. So you can use Boolean option. So these are some basic types of data types. So there are some others. So I'm not going to explain everything. The basic things what you need to create some database and tables in your database, right? Right. You can define the size of the field what you are going to create. Suppose subject name or person's name. Size of the field, okay, 15 characters. So subject, mathematics, English, science, something like that. So it is need bit of space, right? The subject code may have one number, maybe two, three numbers. So you don't know, need lot of space for the subject code. So you can provide a small amount of space. Suppose the person name, full name, person full name, user's full name, patron's full name. So in Sri Lankan context, some people have very long name, 7, 8 alphabet, the initials, right? Very long name. So you have to provide the enough space to enter that full name. So maybe 15 is maybe not enough. You need to 50 characters here, right? So let's see how this is going to do, right? So is anybody who is using, who's participating for this session today using your own desktop or laptop? If there are, so you can do the things what I am doing here by looking at the screen, right? So if you are joining with the phone, it is difficult. Plus others who, anybody who is accessing, who is joining the session, today's session using this access, sorry, the laptop or desktop, so you can do the things with me as well. Okay, where you can find access, right? So you can go to the programming program, right? So already I have access here. Yesterday I have the Sinhala lesson, right? So I have, so either you can have this program, your all programs here, then you can Microsoft Office package and get the access, or you can search here, right? So open this one. When it is opening, so you will get this screen, right? So if you have uh, previously used some of the, if you have previously created some of the databases, they will show here, and also see, you can see here it is showing some of the things. If not, you need to create a blank database. Today I'm going to create a blank database. Now you need to do two things. One is you need to give a meaningful name for the database, and you need to decide the location, right? First, let's see, we give a name. When you are naming, so you have to be careful. You don't keep spaces normally in programming uh, as a standard. So we are not giving something, suppose this one, like normally we are not keeping this kind of spaces because it create a lot of difficulties when you are accessing through the programming coding, right? So if you need to keep, either you can have one name without any space, or if you need to create so if you need to show this as a separately, so rather than keeping a space, you can use underscore something, right? Right, then you can have the, you can change the location where you need to, right? So I'm going to save in this place. Now you can create the database. Okay, so you can see the name here. Now I have created the database, right? This is my database name. Then what? Now I need to create tables, right? Remember, before you going to create the table using Access or any other database system, right? So you need to have a plan. you need to have a plan. What are the tables you are going to create? What are the fields of those tables? And what is the primary key? If there is a foreign key, what is the foreign key? If there are many tables, definitely you should. How are there any relationship between the tables? How to create this, from which field are creating the relationship? All those things you have to pre-plan before come to the creating interface of the database. Think after coming to the database, and don't think, okay, what is this, what is the table name, what is the field name, how to spell them. No, you should have a proper plan and a design on your table before you are going to create the tables and all database and everything by using database management system. Right now, we are going to create this table. Right, we are going to create this table. Right, a table called library. Table name is library. Right, so it has 4 fields: accession number, title, author, and price. Accession number data type is text. Title again text. Author again text. Price, the data type is currency. Now we have a plan. This is the plan of our table. Right? Now I'm going to create this table. Okay. So in Access, you can see this create button. Okay, so you can use this table design. Right, table. Then you will get this interface. Right, now I'm going to create my table. First one is what? First field is what? Acquisition number. Right, so what is the data type? Okay, can someone answer for me? What is the data type we need to use for acquisition number? Is it text or number? Is it text or number? What do you prefer?
Number.
Number. Any other answer? Anybody who is willing to use uh, text? Okay, number. Who answered that? Who said number?
I am Priyadarshini.
Priyadarshini. Okay. So why number? Are you going in your library every time? Do you have the accession numbers only with the numbers?
Yes, sir.
You don't have any other accession numbers with the
Other
letters
than
or
numbers, no, sir. We have only numbers.
number system. Okay. Okay. That is okay. So if you can make sure that all even the if you are getting purchase books and the donated book, all you have the only the numbers, is it?
Yes, sir. I
Priyadarshini?
am giving a color code, sir.
You are giving
If it
color.
is, yes, reference books, I use red color, and others, lending books, white color.
Okay, right.
Donations, we have, especially we paste a slip donated by someone like that.
Mhm. Okay. So normally, so if you can guarantee that you don't have even in future, you are not going to change this mechanism, put in the acquisition number only with the numbers. Okay, you can use the acquisition number as the numbers. But sometimes, I will tell you in my example, my experience at the University of Morocco, we have different type of acquisition numbers. So we are giving only the numbers for only the purchase books. Right? Purchase books, so purchase things, we are giving only the numbers. But for the books we got as the donations, so we put D something. D number with the letter D, donation, and number. D100, D101, D102, D1000. Those are donations. So now our acquisition number donation series has a letter and numbers. Even sometimes when we students are doing their postgraduate studies like masters and PhDs, so theses are coming to the library, right? Theses are coming to the library. We have a separate acquisition series for them, TH 1000 letters with numbers. So in those cases, if your accession numbers have some letters or some symbols or something like that, then providing the accession numbers, defining the accession numbers as the uh, numbers will create problems. As Priyadarshini said, you have 100% guarantee that you are not going to create that kind of things even in the future. You can use, no problem. But if in future if you are going to create this, then you have some problem. Therefore, in my, if I am the librarian in my library, so I am not going to create acquisition number this field as a number here, because we have different type of acquisition numbers already. Otherwise they won't be able to enter, right? So here I am using short text, so I don't need a very long space for the acquisition number. So it's very 5 or 6 characters, no? So short text. What is the next field? Title. Right, title. So it can be a long text. What is next one? Author. Okay, we can put this is again long text. So you can see here, right? Different type of data types. Other one is price, I believe. Yes. Price. So it has currency. So you can put the acquisition date, right? You can put the acquisition date. So date and time, right? Now, likewise, you can add all the field. Now you need to save this. It is asking a name for the table. So what is the name given here? Library. Okay, it says though the primary key isn't required, it is highly recommended. A table must have a primary key for you to define a relationship between this table and other tables in the table. Do you want to create primary key? Now, we didn't create a primary key, so it is asking to create a primary key. For the moment, we said no. If you click yes, so automatically it was selected. This ID, sorry, it has put a number. I don't need to have this one, right? Right. So it was save the table library. Now I need to put a primary key here. I can select the field, but I need to put the primary key, this one, accession number, and you can see this icon here, primary key. Okay, now this key icon is right. If you go to this design view we are in, now go to the data sheet view. So this is my table. Right? This is my table. Right. So I am going to enter my data. Suppose 1000 accession number, title, comparatively, right? Both Vikramasinghe Marty. Price, okay. So price. So now you can see by default it is coming this euro something, right? So it is the things defined in the operating system. I have to change the global setting of the operating system into rupees. So it affect for many as it affect for many areas. So I'm not going to change at this moment because this is something you need to show, right? So if you are going to really practically you're going to apply this, you need to change your system settings to your this what is this time zone and everything, right? So you need to change this global setting for rupees, right? So then it will show here rupees. Otherwise, it coming the default value. Don't think about much. So we need to just show some demonstrations. Suppose this is $10. Accession date, you can from select here, right? Suppose this is the date, right? Now I have a this is a suppose this is a purchase book. Now I have a donation, right? D100, right? Something else, right? Like so you can enter all your data, right? Hope it is clear to you, right? So from here you can go to your even back and forward, right? Even from here you can search, I believe. Let's see, Smith. So it will show, right? See, it will show. So you can create this any type of table with a primary key, and you can enter the data. What next? Now we created the primary key for this one as well, right? So we entered the data as well. Now creating the relationships. Now we need to uh, uh, create some other two tables. One is the student table, other one is the marks table. Right? First create the student table, two other table. Again, you need to go from this one to design view. Right? Create design table design. Right? So new table coming to design. What are the field? Admission number. Right? Admission number, again what type of? It is again text. Right? So again, why? Admission number, sometimes only the number. Sometimes it can come with the letters. Next one is surname with initial. Right? It should be long text. Okay. Next one, date of birth. It should be date and time. Sorry. Telephone number. Admission fee. It should be currency. Okay. These are the tables for the student table. Right. Can someone tell me what is the best field we need to create as the primary key? What is the best field out of these five fields? Admission number, yes. So admission number we can make it as the primary key. Made it. Now we need to save, right? So this is the student table, right? So we have to give a name. Right. Now we have the student table here, right? So let's create the other table and let's do the other things separately. Now we need to create another table. Table design. Now we are going to create the marks table. In the marks table, we are going to enter the marks for a student in each year. Suppose one student called Saman. What are the marks he got in 2015? What are the marks he got the same subjects? What are the marks he got in 2016, 17, 18, 19? Now here, so we need to have the student index number. But as we are going to repeat the student in the index number for each year, we cannot make the only the index number of the student as a primary key, because then it is not allowed to repeat. Therefore, we are going to create a composite primary key here, what we learned last time as the primary key. Let's see, marks table, right? What is the first field? index number. Then I enter year. Right. Admission number. Again short text. Then the different subjects. Now here, now in these mathematics and all, so we are going to give the marks for each subject. What should be the data type for these things? Mathematics, suppose science, English, what else? Sinhala, art or something. What should be? What is the data type for these subjects? Whether it's short text, date and time, or number, or what? What should be? What is the best data type? Sorry? Why? Why you are not using text or something? You are using number. Why? That's true. That's one thing. And also we need to do some calculation, isn't it? So total, average, all those things. To do those calculation, definitely you need to enter these things as the numbers. Otherwise, you won't do anything. Just for showing it. Right? Okay, so your answer is correct. So these should be numbers. All these things should be numbers. Right. Now, as I told you, so here we are going to create a composite primary key correcting two fields. So that is this index number and the year. So we are going to make this primary key, right? So that is the primary key here. And now we are going to save this as the marks. Table name are the marks. Right. Right. So now we are going to create the relationship. Right? We are going to create the relationship between these two. For that, you need to go to the database tool tab and click this relationship button. Now it will show this kind of interface. Now to this page, you need to drag and drop the tables which you need to create the relationship. What are the tables? As there are three tables, I need the marks table and the student table. So first I drag and drop this student table here, then the marks table. Right? These are the two tables what I need to create relationships. Right? So what are the relationships I'm going to create? Admission number of this student table and the admission number of this marks table. That is the relationship I am going to create. So you can click this one and you can drag and drop admission. So it will open this kind of window, right? So you can, normally you need to put all these things, tick all these. So you can see one to many. It already decided that one to many. We are going to create a one to many relationship here. Create. Okay, for that, these things should be closed, right? That is the problem. Before you create the table, the relationship, you need to close these tables, right? Okay, now let's see, do the same thing again. One to many relationship, create. See, one to many anant. So this integer, what is this ananta? In singular, I don't know. I don't remember the English word, right? So one to many relationship. So save this. Now relationship is created, right? It will show. Now we are going to enter the data. Now we are going to enter the data. So open this marks table. Either you can double click or click this. Okay, you double click this one. Sorry, not the marks, student table, right? Right. Suppose adverb is admission number, right? Right. Okay, let's say we can't go by, so let's change this thing, right? 2002 telephone number 0010100. One, two. So that, right? Admission fee maybe suppose 100. Next one. 1001. Change something, right? Likewise, you can enter your data, right? Okay, so meanwhile, you are entering data to the uh, student table, you can add the data to the same time to the marks table as well, right? Rather than opening separately. So let's see. Can you see this plus sign here? Right. You can enter marks of the first person, Pereira ST, admission number AC 1000 easily here. So suppose his acquisition number and index numbers are starting like 100 or something, right? 100. So his marks for the 2015 mathematics, sorry, Okay, we need to change the data type here, otherwise it create problems. Okay, let's now that is what. So I didn't think much about. So it should be it must be marks table should be datasheet view. Let's delete this one. Okay. Right. So I need to change the data type of mark. Right. This is not yet. It is much easier to have the only the short text type, right? Okay. So I changed the data type for short text for the marks table. Let's see. Right. So here, so I'm going to enter data for this Pereira SD, right? So his 2015 mathematics, he has got suppose 85, science 90, English whatever number 82, art 80, right? In so again for marks his marks for 2016, right? Right. So again, his marks for 2017, right? Likewise, we can enter, right? Now I enter these data by using this interface. So I didn't go to the directly to the marks table. If you open the marks table, so data already there, right? So then shall we go to the next person, that is Silva GB. Again, suppose his difference number is 101. Year 2015. Mathematics, maybe he's less. 65. English 70. Art 75. His number is 2016 marks, right? 55, 70. 62, 80. Two thousand 17, again 62. Right? For this person's data. Now, right, if I go to the third one, suppose 102 is index number, to 2015, mathematics is very poor person, maybe 35, 40, 42, 50. 2016 marks, not much differ. Right? Likewise, so we can add the data in this space using this space. So if you go to the marks table directly, all the data what we have entered has coming here. Right? So let's stop here for a 5 minutes break. Then we can discuss further about this database option. Okay, so in this way, you can enter all the data by connecting. Suppose even you enter the data here. So suppose you want to add the data for this 100, the index number 100 for 2018 as well. So you can enter here. So it will show the that thing in the suppose 100 2018, right? So right, right. Now this particular record we enter the marks table directly. Let's see what has happened. Should come here, right? See, it is showing here, right? It is showing here. Now, by creating this kind of relationship, so it has so many uh, advantages for us, right? Suppose when we delete something or update something, so it automatically update everywhere, right? It will automatically update everywhere. Let's see. If you remove, suppose, suppose we want to add another person, so I'm going to delete this person later, right? Right. So some dummy data. Right. If you go to the marks table, that person's data is also here, right? Suppose we want to delete this person's data, this record, right? This record I want to delete, right? If I delete this record from the student table, then this record also should be deleted, right? So either manually or anyhow I need to delete. Suppose I want to delete this one, right? So I select this one, delete record, right? This is Relationships that specify cascading deletes are about to cause one record in this table along with the related records in the related table to be done. So we are going to delete all the related records as well. Okay. Now this AC 1003 was deleted. If you go to the marks table, so that particular record also has been deleted. See, so we don't to do it manually, separately. When you create the relationships, so that relationships also removed from the tables. Right. Hope it is clear to you. Now, how to create some results, query, reports or something, right? Query. Normally, like we need to do some reports, something like this, combining all these two. Suppose we want to have each student's marks, each student marks, because in this table it has 2015, 16, 17, all these marks are there. So we want to find out, someone want to find out each student's marks for 2015 or each student marks for each year, because here students names are not there in this table, so we have to combine student table as well as the marks table. Let's see how to do this. So again, so need to go to this one. Then we have to create, select query design. Right? So we can remove this one. And again, you can drag and drop the tables what you need for your report. Right? So I need this student table and the marks table. Now it shows a relationship as well. Now from here I can select what are the fields need for my report or need to my query. Right? So which need I need admission number from the student table. Right? Admission number from student table. So it says student dot admission number. That means student table and the admission number field. So it should be, you can select this tick, show or not to show. I need to show that one. Then I need to have the name of the student. But I don't need the date of birth, telephone number for this report. So from this student table, I need admission number and the name. I don't need this admission fee, telephone number for this report. Then from this table, I need what? Year. Right? Marks table, I need the year. Then marks for each subject. Mathematics, science, English, art. So those are the subjects. So those are the fields I need to show in my results. Right? So I selected. So if you need, you can say this one, query one or something. Let's see. Right? So then click this run. It will show all the marks taken by each student in each year. Now here, if we take this person, now my spelling is wrong, right? Pereira, so double R. So 2015, 16, 17, 18. Again, Silva 2015, 16, 17. Likewise, it has gone. Now I don't need in this way. Right? So this is all the things are there. Now I need to have only for 1 year. I need the marks for all the students for only the 2050. I want to restrict. So again, can you go to the this one? Query design, right? My second one. So I want the admission number, name, and the student name. Sorry. Now same thing has been done, right? From the marks table, I need year, right? Marks table, year. Again, marks for each subjects, right? Now, how to do that part should be equal to one particular year, right? Suppose now in the year it says criteria. I can put equal to 2015, right? I put a condition here. So you can save as a query 2. Now run. Now it will give only the 2015 things, right? Now it doesn't give, it won't give like previous one, it will give everything, but here only 2015. Sometimes you don't need to show the year. So you want to put the condition, but you don't want to the sorry. You do not need to display the year. So remove this show away, and but still the condition is there, right? Run. Now the year is not displaying, but still condition applies. So it shows the marks for each subject for each student, right? Subject for each student. Now again, something you want to have, you need to have something. In this, you are going to add a new field to show the total to the right. So you can click here, right? So if you click build, right click and click build, so you will get this interface, right? So if we put this kind of expression, yeah, I am going to copy and paste, right? So we need to have art as well. So you can have this. So how to add these things? When you enter square mark, so it shows what you need, right? marks table, then what you need? So this explanation, the field name, right? So total I'm going to have in this field, right? Save. See, this field was not there earlier. It came. Likewise, you can have another column for average, right? You can have another column for average. This one. Now all these things need to be divided by 4. Let's see whether it is going to work. See? No, it is not like that, right? So we need to, so that is not the way. So all these total should be divided by 4. See? The average is calculated. So you can do lot of things with this access form, right? So you can create your own database. Then these things can be exported. So you can see this external data, right? So all these things you can use for the export whatever the things available, whatever the things you have created as Excel file. Suppose this one, right? This particular table you want to export as Excel file. So just click this one, right? Where you want to select, save the document, right? So you can change the path. Just click OK. So it was saved. My document, I believe. So it was exported to as a Excel file. Right? So either you can Excel file, text file, PDF, email, anything you want to, as you need, you can export. Or same way, you can, suppose you have Excel file, right? So you want to add that as a into your Access database. So you can do, right? From file, Excel. So you can import from other sources, from Excel file or any other from other databases, even from other databases. Import and export. All these facilities are there in this Access database, right? So already there. So you were not aware, maybe, right? So then you can create your own small applications by using Access database and its special feature called the forms, right? Special features called the forms. You can create your own very small applications, right? So suppose you need to create a library system. So to enter your patrons data, to enter your books data, resources data, you can create that kind of database, very simple one, right? Not very complicated, very limited facilities, right? Not to do issuing and borrowing, but to check whether suppose if anyone is asking, do we have this book in the library, right? Rather than going for a whole shelf and hold the accession registers, right? So if you have this kind of small program in your so you need only one computer, right? So if the access is there, so very easily you can create it, right? So just search in this one whether this book is there, or if someone is asking for a membership, so you can see whether he has the membership active or not. Let's see how to create very simply, right? The forms, creating forms to enter in displaying data. Forms are used to enter data into a table in a database management systems. Forms are also used to display the data entered in the table. Here the data is displayed and entered through a form as one row of the table. Each input record is inserted into the last record in the table, right? Each record in the table can be specified one at a time through the data form. Now, so in this form, we are going to create enter for our tables, right? Enter for our tables. So we take the same table what we created. Okay, shall we have the table for, sorry. Right? So I'm going to add another field for this one, email, right? For each student. again short text, right? So then I'm going to enter some emails for these students, right? But these are the, suppose these are the emails. Right. Now I'm going to create some forms for the student. Now we need to go for this. Okay. Create. Now go to the form design. Now this kind of interface you will get. Right? Then what you have to do, so you need to click this adding existing fields, then show the tables, right? Now from these tables, you need to drag the fields what you need to show, right? You need to drag the tables, fields. So suppose what we need, admission number. Suppose all these fields I need, right? Admission number. And you are coming with two things. One is the label, one is the text box, right? This is the label and this is the text. So label, we can change the heading to make it nicer, right? This is one. Then I need the surname with initial. You can change these things as you want to display. Right. The next one is date of birth. the telephone number, all these things to be entered. Finally, the email, right? Right. What next? Now we can add some button using this one, right? So add new record, one button, right? Text should be add record, right? This is my button. So I can add another button to delete record. Delete record. Right. Now, if you go to the view, form view, so this is my entering interface, right? So you can go from here, next record, right? So here, if you want to add another one, another record, you can add it. Suppose AC 1002. Suppose I want to add AC 1003. Admission fee, suppose email. Let's see, add record button. If you go back, so it was added. Even if you open the table, suppose student table, see, now this new record has come. This new record has come. If you want to delete, you can do. Suppose this one you want to delete, right? Delete record. It is asking, right? If you open the student table, now that particular record has been gone. So can't you create a small system what you need? Suppose you need to enter all your data, right? So even you can search here. So what are the names? Let's see one name. Suppose you have a book table, you have all the books details. Likewise, so suppose this is a members one. So you can search here. Right? Suppose whether this particular person is there. See, it is there. You can just search and get. Right? So if you have created a system like this for your small library collection, you can enter all your data, book resource details. So from here, you can search whether this is available. Is someone asking whether the comparative book is there? You don't want to go to the shelf or the your acquisition register. Just check comparatively here, so you will get it. Yeah, I don't get anything, right? Even your member data. You cannot have this. You can create something to the uh, issue and return, but you cannot create the combine to connect the resource data and the membership data there. But anyhow, you can think a way. Very simple form. Even you can put some colors here, right? Very simply, you can create. Okay, so that's it for today. Right, so we have completed, even yesterday I was not able to complete it anyhow up to this part. Now, we have completed the session regarding the uh, database management. Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to ask? What do you think? Can you create a very small uh, database using these forms and the access in your library if you have a computer? Who has the confidence? Rather than looking for something like a very huge database like system and library management system like Koha for small libraries, it is not going to match, right? Hope you can do, don't you? Right. So now our next target is, so I told you at the beginning, I am going to give a question for each day, question each on each day. So this is this today's question, right? So briefly, question is briefly explain the following points with examples: data redundancy, data consistency. As I already told you, right? So start your answer on the paper. you write on the top of your answer paper your name, university registration number, and the course. Please do that, otherwise I won't be able to find who has written the answer. Right? And below is the email address what you need to send. I will send this in the chat as well. Right? Uh, I will give you up to 12. It's almost there are 40 minutes to write the answer. It is more than enough. Even yesterday I gave you only half an hour. Right? So all everybody there are how many? Other than me, there are 8 people. Right? There are 8 people. Uh, all 8 people need to submit your answers before 12 o'clock today. 12 noon, not midnight, right? මේ දවල් 12ට තමයි you need to submit, not in the midnight. So you have more than enough time. Please start writing. So the answers should be when you are taking photograph, please, and don't write very small, tiny papers, right? Like bus tickets and all. Take a fair enough paper, right? Some people will write some very wasting papers like bus tickets and or any food city bills. Don't write answers on that way, right? Write your name, university registration number, and the course. Then email your answer to this email. I will put this in the chat as well. So you can write down. No, please write down this one. You always need this one. Okay. Right. So I put the email in the chat. Hope everybody can get it. Right. Start answering and email all your 8 documents, 8 people here before 12 noon today. Right. Hope everybody is writing the answer and still no one has sent the email. Therefore, don't wait last time and last minute to send the email. So send it as quickly as possible. Now, some students have sent the email, so that is really good, right? So others also send the email, right? So this is not very serious question, right? So now I opened some answers, right? So some people have sent something copied from either from database or from the Google or from ChatGPT, right? So by looking at the answers, it can be imagined. So this is not the answer written by directly by the student. I don't need to see the answers given by the internet or the ChatGPT. So I'm not going to mention the name, right? So here, a very long answer I can see, even for how many pages? 6 pages, right? Very small questions were given. So 6 pages for that small question. That's it. Definitely copied from the internet either, or this is directly a answer given by the ChatGPT or any other AI tool. Don't do this. Don't do this. Definitely, I'm not going to give the answers for these things. I don't need to see the answers given by the AI tools. Right? This is not the answer. So this is one answer. Let's see the others. Okay. So other things, one page answer, small answer. That is honestly done. That is honestly done. Right? So very simple answers given. Whether it is correct or not, I didn't read the content. But by looking at the things, it can be seen it's a most probably it's a genuine answer. One particular answer has 6 pages copied from somewhere. So don't expect the marks for those things. You are trying to cheat not only me, but yourself as well. Okay, so I'm going to stop at this point, right? So hope everybody will email the answers for the given email before 12, right? So, and remember that I need to see your knowledge, not the things given in the internet or given by the AI tool. Don't send those things, right? Right? Okay, thank you very much for participating today's session. So let's see next Sunday morning. Thank you.